The 1998 horror, directed by one of the most well-known horror film directors, John Carpenter, remains to be one of the most underrated classics by him, followed by two sequels, Vampires Los Muertos and Vampires The Turning. Vampires 1998 is based on the book by John Steakley by the same name. We will go into the depths of the film, but before that, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more such explorations. It might be a small click for you, but it means a lot to us. Now, it's time to revisit Vampires.
Botched Exorcism and then taken back to Rome. It's known as the Berzier Cross.
Vampires, the types. Before we get into John Carpenter's loose adaptation of the novel, let's discuss the original types of vampires as envisioned by John Steakley. There are 4 types of vampires. Master and Mistresses. The most powerful and supreme of all, the masters of all. They're the proper vampires with complete transformation and their powers maximized to their limit. They have the ability to convert other humans into vampires and are equipped with heightened human intelligence. However, they usually try to blend in with the human population, so much so as to gaining a full-fledged job and living the normal human life, associating themselves with lesser vampiric masters. Valak is the most known member of this type. He's the main villain in John Carpenter's films. Some other members, according to the books, are Ross and Simon Kennedy. Thralls. Those who are unfortunate enough to get bitten by the masters and yet not fully transformed are called thralls. As they're not completely drained, they fall under the trance of their master. It never ends well for the thralls. Usually they end up getting killed by their masters for pleasure, while other times they transform into a rather weak vampire, hungry and thirsty for blood. Most of the time, thralls commit self-harm or suicide due to the persistent guilt of committing acts of crime. Although some thralls fight against their master's corrupt control, it's never a happy ending for them. A notable thrall in both the film and book is a woman named Katrina who transforms into a thrall, hunting other members of Jack Crow's team. Goons. Goons are completely dead. They transform into vampires by dying due to their master's bite, completely drained of their blood. Some even end up decomposing and then healing their bodies as the transition begins. Goons are the weakest in the lot. Although stronger than a normal human being, they're not entirely strong in the vampire world. They lack intelligence and work on their instinct when not obeying their master's orders. But still, it's better not to enrage them. The transformation from a goon to a vampire takes a few days, and the newly transformed need to be near their masters to better bond creation. Jack Crow, the potential antagonist in the storyline, later goes on to become a goon in the novel. Typicals. One level above the goons and stepping up further, typicals retain their human intelligence and are relatively stronger than goons. Although not as strong as their masters, they devote their lives to serving them, not having an individual life of their own. They depend on their masters for everything and mostly accompany them everywhere. Now that we're aware of the types of vampires, let's go meet some. Vampires 1998. The plot. With its base derived from the novel, the film plot mostly revolves around Jack Crow, the leader of a vampire hunting crew. Celebrating their new victory at a club with pub girls, Jack can only think about the master vampire he has yet to slay. However, his wait is not for too long. The head vampire, Valak, arrives at the club, sending the club into a panic and biting one of the girls, namely Katrina. Crow orders one of his mates, Montoya, to take Katrina safely into hiding as he deals with Valak. Unsettled by the fact that Valak knew him by his name, Crow burns down the hotel, buries the unfortunate ones who couldn't make it, and decides to return to his superior, Alba. Alba brings to light Valak's story. He narrates how Valak was a disgraced priest who rebelled against the church, which eventually led to his execution, and he transformed into the first ever vampire. Meanwhile, in Germany, Valak leads his killing spree, and Alba instructs Crow to form another team and end the chapter once and for all. Back at the hotel, Katrina begins to transform. Horrified by herself, she tries to commit suicide, and even gets violent with Montoya, but he hides it when Crow and Father Adam arrive at their place. Father Adam also reveals that Valak is after an ancient relic, and Crow teams up with him as his new slayer. They cleverly use Katrina's psychic link with Valak to reveal that he has summoned 7 more masters. As the team follows in Valak's pursuits, they are horrified to find a massacre of monks that he caused. Father Adam realizes that Valak is on a quest to conduct his exorcism and gain immunity to daylight, becoming impossible to defeat. Investigating the nearby village, they realize at least 15 other men have been transformed by Valak, and everyone suits up for action. As Montoya and Katrina prepare to flee, she bites him on the neck, while Father Adam offers himself as bait, and Crow fights with his might. But as the sun goes down, the team is overwhelmed, and Crow is captured. Katrina sides with Valak, and Father Adam takes cover. However, Alba arrives just in time, and yet proves to be of no help. He exposes his plan to associate with Valak due to his fear of death. His wish for transformation with Valak's help is cut short when he's killed by Adam, and Crow finally confronts Valak, putting the Holy Cross through his chest, and burning him up with sunlight. As Adam and Crow turn to Montoya and Katrina, knowing they'll have to kill them, Crow proposes a deal. He pardoned the pair for 2 days before he would start hunting them, as a reward for his loyalty toward Crow. Montoya and Katrina leave, and Adam and Crow get back into action, preparing to kill the remaining vampires. Reaction and reception. The film is considered to be one of the best works of John Carpenter, restoring faith in his career as a filmmaker. It was a financial success for him, and he claimed that it did wonders overseas. A film that oscillated between making it to the best list and the worst list. The audience mostly had positive reviews, claiming it reminded them of his film from the 80s, calling it crude and nasty but appreciating the music by Carpenter. Some loyal Carpenter fans called the movie underrated genius, appreciating its visuals and his directing style. The critics and fans also appreciated the acting, but there were some traits of the film that were not as well liked. John Steakley, the author, claimed to like the film but was also bothered with the loose adaptation and lack of plotline. However, the film went on to get nominated for the Saturn Awards, where James Wood secured the accolade for Best Actor. The film also went on to win Best Hair and Makeup and Best Music, crafted by John Carpenter himself. Marvelous verdict. While some people compare the film with other Carpenter films, I think it can stand out as one of the most refined works of John Carpenter. It ranks above the rest of his films, but it is still termed as underrated. Also, deeply liked by his loyal fans, Carpenter seemed to secure his career with this one. I think it definitely deserves a watch before you pass judgment on it. So let us know what you think of the film in the comments section and name your favorite John Carpenter movie. That's it for today, but remember to like the video and subscribe for more such updates. And remember, if you're a vampire, stay alert. There might be a hunter on the way. Stay safe and goodbye.